Hello everyone and welcome to my brief history of 3D Pokemon console games for Pokemon Let's Go. So this is how it's going to work. I'm not going to be addressing ones that are considered spin-off titles such as Hey You Pikachu or Pokemon Channel. Just going to be like what I can consider to be pure core entries in some regard. Heard. Second, I'm not going to be ranking these in any particular order. I am going to be going with in chronological order when they first came out in the US. And when I was giving my personal thoughts on each one, and since I've played most of them, I don't have every one yet, but I'm definitely looking to acquire them, so let's get started. Pokemon Snap, which was released very timely, at the height of the initial wave of Pokemania in the late 1990s on Nintendo 64, which was a relatively simple game where playing as Todd Snap, you would test Professor Oak by taking photographs of Pokemon in the wild. It sold reasonably all the time, was well received then, and is still quite well respected now. I don't have everything set up before me. I mean, I do have an N64 copy knocking around as well as the virtual console was downloaded on my Wii U, so I'll definitely seem to enjoy that game. And also another others for battling Pokemon in 3D. Well before the 3DS became a thing, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon CM2, which were released within a year of each other in the US, allowed you to have Pokemon from the original Kanto and Johto games in full 3D, and often known for the often brutal difficulties, like an early taste of competitive scene years before that also became widely known. Here's a fun fact: that else turns out that the first Stadium game we got was not the first one they actually made. Hey, in Japan, an earlier one wasn't as good, didn't even have all 150 monsters initially. Basically, it was like that equivalent of the green version, which was the Silver Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Oh, and these two ones are also quite fun. I don't have my original copy that I used to, but I definitely got another one, and also the second one. Both those games definitely were. And since N64 started making way for the GameCube, as well as the PS2 and the Xbox, definitely titles to help mark the end of the 90s, beginning of the millennium of sorts. Pokemon Colosseum, and Pokemon XD Yellow Darkness, which I still submit a proof that not having wild Pokemon battles as well as shaking a lot of core conventions of the series has worked in 3D consoles before, can definitely be done again. I definitely liked a lot of the ideas of Shadow Pokemon, not having wild Pokemon battles, and also protagonists that are different from the usual 10-year-old odds that we usually play as. While Michael on Gale Darkness was definitely alright, was West that was out at me. I never noticed before when I was younger, but apparently his coat has a Kyogre in the arm. And also, definitely like the whole Mad Max-esque environment of Ore. Since, as well as how Dark Team Cypher's plans would get. Basically, it's like Pokemon meets a Road Warrior, and as someone who's in lawless kind of moves to E's and 9s at the time, that really appealed to me quite a bit, man. And also a far better example of what Hazel Lawn ever will be and ever was. Once I finish my once I work and finish my X-Ray reviews, you'll know why exactly. But on that note, the idea of 3D Pokemon spin-off games still continued with Pokemon Battle Revolution on the original Wii, which, while not a main RPG, was similar Stadium in respects and allowed you to play as your favorite monsters from the third and fourth generation of the series, and also was relatively fun on its own right. I personally hate it. Playing with it when I was. It was definitely one of the mini games I played once I get back to as a teenager. I still submit I wouldn't have made it through some of those tough times without the series, and that's also true today. Not going into too much detail. You know what I mean? And also, there are other ones, such as Pokemon Rumble, where the Pokemon were miniaturized toys. I mean, the Wii U version was a brief experiment of toys to life before, or the Amiibo trend really kicked off. I mean, I still think that's my favorite of those ones, given how it was never really competing with any of the other entries in the genre. I mean, and I also Rumble World on my 3DS. Around the time where we actually started to get main handheld 3D entries, I mean, they were integrating 3D elements into Platinum and Generation 5 before they went all in the 3DS, man. As I also kind of like how I developed Harmony beforehand, since I'm thinking they realized that with Generation 4 that you can't always dive right into the latest console architecture and expect to know everything about it right away. I mean, and I submit, depending on what happens with Let's Go, as well as Generation 8, much like Hoenn was a while back, the question of the Sinnoh remix is not if, but rather when. And since if it's still on the Switch, I mean, I can definitely already imagine what things like Distortion World and a lot of the stage is going to look like in full 3D. I mean, since, whatever the case may be, it's definitely, even though I have not covered everything I'd like to here in this video, it's given how this was just, I was expecting to have my computer pan upgrades to do it a different way, but I've been busier, but things are kicking in a way, and I'm still just waiting on these last bits before I do. And also, tomorrow I'm going to be running errand in town, my minutes are going to be up, I'm also going to be getting the DLC for Lugia and Ho-Oh for the last ones. And I shall see you all later, because I got something else planned on Friday for then.